Hello, I'm Lorenz Plord, the voice behind Process Art Discovery, dedicated to exploring and celebrating the vibrant art scene here in Kelowna, British Columbia. Today, I'm excited to take you inside one of our city's key community hubs, the Parkinson Recreation Centre. In this special feature, we dive into a unique aspect of the centre that many visitors might overlook, a breathtaking series of artworks by Don Makela. These pieces artfully narrate Kelowna's aquatic history from 1905 to 2005, each image a window into a different era, encapsulating the city's evolving relationship with its stunning waterways and leisure culture. In 1907, the regatta had approximately 500 spectators and 23 competitors in swimming, sailing, diving, rowing, and gas launch competitions. This panel features boats filled with spectators coming into the city park shoreline to enjoy the event. In 1908, picnickers would have been transported by pleasure boat to various locations along the waterfront, similar to this beach located close to the Bertram Creek Park. The regatta was a one-day event in 1909. This is a view of the crowds on City Park Beach, watching the regatta activities on the lake. Some spectators are watching from Hayman's Scow, which was used as a small ferry. At the turn of the century, Kelowna's waterfront was a focal point of valley-wide transportation and commerce. This panel shows crowds at the CPR wharf greeting the SS Okanagan sternwheeler as it comes into the dock. As depicted in this panel, a prominent structure on Kelowna's waterfront at the turn of the century was the first of 3 diving towers to be constructed in Kelowna's city park. At the turn of the century, the attire of the boaters was notable. They enjoyed their outings in more formal wear than would be seen today: button shirts, bowler hats, parasols, and full-length dresses. It's 1915 and Stella, Bea, and Frankie are dressed in wool bathing suits and rubber caps for a day at the beach in Kelowna's city park. The beginning of the 20th century marked a new daring era in swimwear for women with trends towards lighter and briefer apparel. These 4 young men launching their rowing shell, Tim Hill, Bruce Page, Bob Heyman, and Bill Treadgold, normally trained at 5 a.m. out of the Aquatic Centre with their coach Charlie Pittman. During the season, they attended regattas in Nelson, Vancouver, Seattle, and Victoria, and often slept at the Aquatic. Diving was a prominent part of weekly Aquacade entertainment. The execution of a 3-man dive certainly captured the attention of onlookers. A favorite joke of the Aquacade's MC was to ask the clowns what they were doing near the diving boards. The clowns would reply, just hanging around, as they wrapped themselves around the underside of a diving board. Pasquale Cap Capozzi and his sons Tom, Herb, and Joe pose after winning the Men's Club 4s. They were all great athletes, with Herb winning several Grey Cup rings. The Capozzi family was a prominent pioneering family in Kelowna. Initially, the family business entailed one small grocery store, but it quickly grew to include one of the biggest independent wineries in Canada. Water ballet girls are depicted performing at Tuesday night at Aquacades. Aquacades were an evening of aquatic entertainment offered to the public each week during the summer season. The girls started training in early July, leading up to the regatta. Aquacades were organized by the lifeguards, and children signed up for various swimming, diving, and war canoe races. In the 1950s, aquatic events provided Kelowna residents with great entertainment. During regatta, the City Park Aquatic Facility, better known as the Aquatic, was packed with spectators and competitors alike. During this decade, regatta hosted the Canadian Northwest Aquatic Championships at the facility. The Aquatic included a 50-yard contained pool, a 10-yard diving tower, and an indoor ballroom. The Athens 10-meter diving tower was the hub of the Kelowna International Regatta. In 1954, the City Park aquatic facilities were remodeled, creating Ogopogo Stadium and pool. George Athens Sr., featured here, went on to become a Commonwealth champion and competed at the 1936 Berlin Olympics and the 1948 London Olympics. The Athens and Mangold families were well represented in most diving events. George Athens Jr., world slalom champion from 1971 to 74 and named a member of the Order of Canada, shows his barefoot technique. With an Olympic driver, George, and a famous synchronized swimmer, Irene, as parents of the Athens brothers of Kelowna took full advantage of the Okanagan Lake. George Jr., Greg, and Gary all worked hard to become top-caliber athletes. This long-distance swimmer is representative of two separate events ingrained in Kelowna's aquatic history. The annual Across the Lake Swim. Since 1948, swimmers of all ages and abilities have attempted the 2-kilometer crossing from the Westside Ferry Docks to City Park. The Kelowna Apple Triathlon. Since 1983, athletes have been challenged by the lake as swimming is the first leg of the 3-stage event. For years, January meant one thing: Snowfest. This festival provided Kelowna with an opportunity to enjoy a wide variety of events aimed at helping shake the winter blues. A parade of lights, pancake breakfast, snow golf, snow pitch, and of course, the polar bear dip were traditional favorites. The dip was normally followed by a well-deserved hot tub. The Kelowna Yacht Club has hosted sailing races near the foot of Bernard Avenue since its inception in 1945. It provides membership, moorage, and training opportunities for both power and sailboat owners in the Okanagan. Here, women's world champion Gillian Thompson prepares to sail her Hobby 18 catamaran in the Royal Cup Regatta. The popularity of sea kayaking on Okanagan Lake has steadily increased. Few physical activities are as relaxing and rewarding. The Okanagan Lake Bridge in the background was opened in 1958 and operated as a toll bridge until 1963. When it was constructed, the bridge was the only structure of its kind in Canada and one of the few of its kind in the world. Kelowna's Dragon Boat Festival has been a signature event in Kelowna since 1999. Individuals from all over the world come to Kelowna to either watch or participate in this thrilling sport/cultural weekend. The Breast Cancer Society's Pink Ladies team are always a favorite, participating in the spirit of competition while endeavoring to promote breast cancer awareness. Wakeboarding officially made its debut in 1992. It evolved through the 80s from surfing, snowboarding, and of course water skiing. Recreational wakeboarders cover all age ranges and skill levels. Wakefest became one of Kelowna's hottest summer events. The dock at the Central Okanagan Sailing Association is the main staging area for one of Canada's largest learn-to-sail programs, as well as one of the province's most active disabled athlete sailing fleets. Here, Martin 16s is skippered by a wheelchair athlete getting ready to race in the Western Canadian Championship. COSA, with its dedicated volunteers, has hosted national and world championships. This is a reenactment of the picnic featured in our 1908 historic picnic panel. In the initial stages of this panel project, Kelowna pioneer Bill Treadgold recognized the location of the 1908 panel to be that of his family property. In honor of the Kelowna centennial, a decision was made to reproduce the picnic held 98 years prior. Scuba diving has become a mainstream recreational sport, and more scuba enthusiasts are enjoying what Okanagan Lake waters have to offer. A favorite diving site around Kelowna is Paul's Tomb in the Knox Mountain Nature Park. At a depth of 8 meters, divers will see a replica of Ogopogo, a mythological creature reputed to inhabit the waters of nearby Okanagan Lake. Thank you for joining me on this enlightening journey through the corridors of the Parkinson Recreation Centre and the pages of Kelowna's history. As we've explored together, each of Don Makela's artworks is not just a stunning visual piece, it's a narrative thread in the rich tapestry of our city's century-long relationship with its aquatic landscape. If this video has given you a new perspective on the beauty and history of Kelowna, or if it has deepened your appreciation for the arts, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Your support helps us bring more stories like this to life. Remember, every artwork has a tale to tell, and every corner of our city holds hidden artistic treasures waiting to be discovered. Stay curious, Keep exploring, and I'll see you in the next journey into the heart of Kelowna's art scene.